For a challenge, I wanted to build an empire in Starsector, but instantly everyone disliked that and I had to fight for my dear life. Now I'm in a race to settle more planets. Alas, the monetary gains from the 3 planets are still small, and there is a big decision to be made. Spend credits on upgrading defenses on already established stations or risk settling more worlds and hope the next fleet the enemy send is not a planet killer. I can be a gambler sometimes, and I decided that settling more planets is the way to go. And yes, we are settling a gas giant. It only has high gravity, which means only 150% hazard rating, which is not so bad, and it does have abundant volatiles. And if the church has a problem with that, well, so be it. I'll also make sure to leave some food behind so these guys don't starve. And I'm gonna assign our other administrator over here. We do have 2 now, and then slowly but surely Aeolus is gonna grow. And now, since it's gonna take a bit before the Tritech attacks us again, I might do some easy bounty hunting. Apparently there's also a tiny fleet in here that had a bounty of 44k. Now back at Aeolus, the spaceport has completed, and I'm gonna go straight into mining because that's gonna make us a bunch of money. Also, Diable Avionics decided they're gonna invade Trinakia because Reuters apparently just went to war with Diable. I'm gonna apparently have to fight some pirates in the space because I guess they decided to suicide themselves. Who am I to say no to some pirates dying? It's not like anything they can send against me is gonna actually do some damage or be able to survive my wrath. Slowly but surely, they will all overload and die. I am using this Vindicator down here for the first time just to see how it's gonna perform in battle, and I am carrying it with me, so its demods are gonna slowly be removed. And since Trinakia is the one that's gonna be invaded, and since we do have heavy industry over here, I think this is the perfect time to upgrade its orbital station, and we're gonna upgrade it into battle station. Yeah, that cost us another $500,000. Love the fact that we have a bunch of Hegemony investigators here just defending this place. They are totally not here to check on our AI cores, are they? Oh, apparently we are no longer hostile, so no invasion. These guys decided to be friends again after like 1 month. You guys wasted so much of my time. I'm gonna have to go kill some Kabalites just so I can be happy for a sec. To be honest, I was looking forward to a good invasion and then nothing happened. These guys are gonna pay for it. Not my fault, really. In good news though, the military base in Ithaca is now completed, which means our patrol detachments are now getting bigger and better. And since Aeolus also finished building mining, we're gonna install in the plasma dynamo. And that boosted it to be profitable already. And since we are here, I'm gonna also queue up an orbital station, because clearly we need more defense. And then I can go back to looking for this pirate base because we have to destroy it. It is a pain in the ass that is literally impossible to find. Well, if nothing else, I just found a minor equipment cache, and there was a Retribution class battlecruiser blueprint in here and Machine Avoid Shipyard's blueprint package, which is really good to find. Otherwise, Luddic Church wants a tribute again. I think we're gonna say no to that, but I'm just gonna let the 17 days go by because I finally found the Lang Freeport. It took me like 2 months. I will now have at last my revenge against this station just as soon as I can get close enough. Oh, it's already overloading, which means we send in some harpoons and then we wait for the alpha strike. And there's the other side looking at me. Oh, look at those Reapers! Oh, that was beautiful. I do love to see a good Reaper use. Doesn't matter if it's against station or a ship, they're always satisfying to use. And there's our 120k bounty. And with that, our colony crisis reduces by 60 again, which means I am now free to reject the Luddites. Now back at Ithaca, since we do have a military base now, I decided to go spend some of our story points to increase the number of heavy patrols that we're gonna launch from here. So hopefully we're gonna get to see some more of those. And since Ithaca is our capital, I think it's time we start removing some of these hazards it's got. So I'm gonna spend 400,000 to build a cyclonic regulator. And since we do have the terraforming core, I can already install it in here. As for our military base, we also have this relay hyper transmitter, so we're gonna install that in here. I also took out our Legio out of the storage. It still has 3D mods, and if you fly with it around for a bit, they will slowly get repaired. The emphasis emphasis, of course, is on slowly. And with our Legion in tow, maybe we can go and do some bigger bounties now. And Luddites have another tribute demand? I'm not even gonna deign to reply to them this time around. Instead, I'm gonna try to kill this Diable bounty. I noticed that one of their little ships already exploded. Actually, multiple of their little ships already exploded. Now we just gotta make sure that we do not explode ourselves. And if I can abuse this battlecruiser of theirs, not having full shields, yeah, there we go. Oh, these guys are suffering greatly. Their biggest ships are already gone. Now we just gotta be careful not to overload ourselves and finish this nice and easy. These guys don't even know what's gonna hit them. Okay, maybe I was a bit too hasty. There's a bunch of more cruisers incoming still, but I feel like we're ready for them because they are just pushing in. Maybe they invested in reckless offices just like I did. Truth be told, I wouldn't mind going and reclaiming some of their ships because I do like the Diable ships. They are actually very, very good. Not so good when used by pirates though. We could actually take their battle cruiser. Oh, I think we're gonna do that. Maybe even grab another daze. That was worth it. Well, me killing pirates now kinda has consequences because they are launching a vengeance fleet that's gonna try and hunt me down. Will they be successful? Well, we'll see about that. Oh, and for our next colony crisis, it looks like it's gonna be a Persian League being dicks this time around. I'm sure a little bit of Blockade will never hurt nobody, right? Oh, and my Legio repaired malfunctioning comms. The first of its 3D mods and probably the least worst of them. Trinakia also completed its battle station. The Luddites want more tributes. Bros, no. None of that. Oh, the pirate vengeance fleet have launched from Cold Rock. We'll see how strong they are if they ever catch up to us. We also found an eagle we can take for free, and it only has the greatest shields. 1 demod? Yeah, we'll grab that as well. Also, tectonic engine at Trinakia is now done, and our eagle already repaired its degraded shields. That's pretty good. So Trinakia is now at 175% hazard rating, which means we're gonna be making some more money here per month, and of course the battle station is also completed. We could upgrade it even further to a star fortress, which would cost me $1 million, which we do not have right now. I do have 600k though, and we could spend half of that to build another patrol HQ. We have to make this place as defensible as possible. Now I'm gonna spend some time to outfit this big ship that we just got. And in a simulation, it is performing pretty decently, I've gotta say. Then again, it is fighting a cruiser over here, not an actual battle cruiser like it is itself. It does have 4D mods right now, but if we carry it around with us for a while, it's gonna slowly remove them. And since the Luddites are coming, also Hegemony looks like it's fighting some pirates in here. Would have been a shame if we didn't join in on the fun. Get an opportunity to shoot down a big amalgam or two? Hell yeah, that seems like a great thing to do. If I can pressure it and not let it escape, it's gonna go down in about right now, which means we can then focus on, well, the rest of the shaft here. Just gotta be careful I do not overload myself and expose myself to silly pirates, which knowing myself could easily happen, but it's not gonna happen right now, is it? Oh, that was my vengeance fleet. Oh, it was kind of shitty and small. I also found a 14 battle group Griffin just floating out there, and I'm gonna take it back home. I do actually like Griffins for the missile support they can offer, even though they are very squishy. Now I think I'm gonna go and I'm gonna intercept the Luddites before they can get over here. While we do have our own detachment patrolling around here, I'll prefer to deal with this myself. Oh, I think we have found them. It's this one, and I can engage it without it causing any changes to my reputation with the Luddites. Well, isn't that great? And this is gonna be the first time we're gonna see our new ship in action. I just hope it doesn't kill itself. I see their big brick coming. That brick can definitely offer a lot of firepower, but if you can destroy their smaller stuff first, then that brick is not gonna have any support left. I think for now we are doing pretty nice because this cruiser was one of their bigger ones as well. And now they sent a Mora against us to tank basically every single shot of ours. You can see how many missiles are flying towards that Mora right now. That went pretty well, but now this is where we're gonna truly test ourselves. I do wish I had a little bit more help from my friendlies, but so far so good. the brick is taking a lot of punishment. I will pull back a bit because it did have some friends coming in. And then I think we're gonna destroy their friends quickly and easily. We do have an overload on our apogee. I'll see if I can save it. I hopefully should be able to, especially if I can block most of the shots. You can see their brick is not feeling so good anymore, is it? And the brick is now gone. Oh, that was a great battle. And we could actually steal their brick for free. I don't think I want to right now because I have a feeling I'm gonna have to run away from the rest of the Luddites very quickly. Actually, no, they are not hostile to me. Oh, but apparently there's gonna be 2 fleets, so there's gotta be another one over here. Oh, and I see it is right there. That should deal with that. Now they have been officially defeated, which means we are now gonna have to prepare for the Persians who are coming very soon. Now, since the Persians are apparently sending 14 fleets to harass my system for 365 days, we're gonna need some serious preparation for that. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build in hardened shields and integrated targeting unit into my ship just to get some more points. I'm also gonna slap on advanced optics because most of our attack weapons are beams, so this is gonna increase their range. That should at least make my main ship a bit stronger. I'm also gonna take Legio out of the storage. I'm also gonna spend another 500k and I'm gonna go and upgrade the orbital station to battle station on Ithaca. Oh, there's the fleets. Not all of them are very strong, just some of them. Now, if we could isolate some of them, we could take some of them out sooner. Unfortunately, once again, I can only deploy 5 ships at the start. But once we capture this comm relay, that's gonna change. Let's send in 2 more. Now, here comes their conquest and their victory. So this is where they're gonna try and push us. And my legion being a reckless officer, I think he's gonna be pushing in real fast. That legion is not gonna be long for this world. Maybe having a reckless officer there wasn't the best idea, was it? Now the question is, can I actually do anything against their ships myself? The answer is right now, maybe yes I can, because this conquest of theirs is starting to hurt real bad. If I can now do the same thing to their victory, I think victory is gonna be ours. I am slightly exposed right here though, because I have no support. Gotta pull back a slight touch. Okay, victory. Round 2 fight. Let's do this. It's got so much support though. That's what's kind of hurting us. We would need to take out some of their ships first, I think, before we can easily fight them. But my ships are doing that greatly on the sides. I will not hold back now. I am starting to smell my victory here. Let's go. It's overloading. Oh, you are ready to get cooked now. And there it is. There it is, beautiful. They still have numerical superiority, but we got something they don't. And that's me. I'm very happy that I went and improved my ship just before this fight, because I certainly needed it. That was our first big victory, and we can grab our ships back easily. We could grab their victory, but I don't think we will. That gave me a very much needed level up, because I can now grab the skill that gives me more officers. Unfortunately, we are now crew under strength, which means I gotta travel home. Now, the blockade that just happened, you can see how much it decreased our earnings. Luckily, we're still making some money, and Thrinakia just grown to level 5, which means we could add another industry. That industry should probably be refining to make more money, but since it seems like we need way more defense, I would love to make it a military base. Alas, right now, we don't have money, so we're just gonna have to sit here and wait. Love the fact that it says that they are friendly, and I love how they die. They don't have anything too big and too scary this time around, so we should be able to clear these guys out pretty fast. Now, if anything does go wrong this time around, I actually have a proper legit excuse today. For some reason, after football with the boys yesterday, my eyes got swollen like real bad, and it's kind of hard to see through one of them. And to be honest, I use these eyes to look at my screen. So let's be real, it's kind of annoying. Not as annoying though as life is gonna be for this champion, for he was the last champion of this detachment. Also, apparently Legio is liking me destroying Persian League, so they're actually paying to me. And by the way, we are destroying Persian League, who is allied with Roider Union, who we work for. They're probably not gonna be that friendly once we are done with all their fleets. To be honest, that is fully understandable. But that's what they get for invading my system. If they for a second thought that I am gonna be merciful, oh, but they thought wrong. That is another victory for us. This next fleet of theirs got 3 capitals, so this is gonna be once again a fun fight. They are making a slight mistake of throwing their destroyers and cruisers ahead of their capitals, which means they get destroyed. I guess that's what they are named, destroyers, right? The battle lines have been drawn, and I feel like we might be losing this cruiser. These missiles that they're sending are devastating. We have a couple of those ourselves, but not as many as they have right now. But if I could take down their conquest in turn, I think that would be a big win for us. My apogee is now hurting. I feel like it's gonna need my support. And to be honest, right now I kinda need support on the sides because I'm trying to focus on their Pegasus. If I could just get in range to use my ship system, there we go, it's gonna die. Then I can go deal with their Eagle. Luckily, we can recover both of our lost ships without any demods. I have no idea how many fleets I have killed, but there's still so many patrolling around here. I also just noticed that they had a resupply convoy nearby. So if we could actually take that one out, that would be probably really amazing. Because once they cannot resupply anymore, that would make things easier for us. They do have 1 battleship. I am not sure if 1 battleship is gonna be enough to protect themselves. Although I did let myself get kinda encircled over here. But if you ignore that, all these guys have to offer is a lot of Gemini. And let's be real, they are not the strongest. That battleship is escaping with such a little amount of life. I can't allow that, but right now I can't really get to it. Alas, it's gonna manage to escape. The bastards! But I'm gonna continue to pursue them. They still have 2 cruisers in that 1 battleship. And I know that battleship is gonna try to stay protected. Once this Eagle goes down, it stands no chance. Now we pursue their support forces. And we got all but a dram and a transport. I have found another supply fleet by the Persians, and now they are gonna hurt. They have their 2 battleships up front here, but then again, so do we. That Pegasus is so close to death. I am a bit too far though. They are overloading as well, and they're gone. Let's go. Which means my job here now is to hunt down that Pegasus. Unfortunately, my ship is not the fastest, but I do have the range. Oh, it is getting very close. I'm using the last of my missiles. We did lose our apogee somewhere. I was back down here to this cruiser. Worry not, Aeolus, Daddy's coming to help. Actually, it doesn't even look like they actively require help from me. If we do get our apogee back with a couple of D-mods, we can repair that over time. There's another supply fleet kinda destroyed. Also, the blockading forces have been defeated. Holy shit, let's go. That's amazing. Look how much we reduced our colony crisis with destroying all these ships. But now, we're back to making plenty of money per month, and our empire lives to see another day. Our Legio also repaired all of its D-mods in the way, but since we don't really need it right now, I'm just gonna store it here. We do have 6 D-mods to repair on our current ships anyway. Now you can go back to happily spending money, and Thrinakia is gonna get an upgrade. We're going with military base. Yes, I want my system to be able to completely and utterly defend itself. Ooh, it does look like Aeolus station was under attack. It's ongoing repairs now. It's been disrupted, and it's gonna take 7 days for it to return to normal function. Sorry, Aeolus, I just couldn't be everywhere at once. And since now we finally have some peace and quiet, I can go slap around another bounty. I feel like it would be good to fight pirates again. You know, just as a comedic relief or something. Naturally, that doesn't mean that they can't offer some resistance, but naturally not nearly as much as the Persians could. They do have 3 bigger ships back here, and if I'm gonna go after them alone, this could end badly for me. Or I guess it might end up badly for them. I know a lot of people actually kinda enjoy these pirate ships, especially if you get some funny builds on them, maybe some shield shunts and such. I'll be real, it's been 4 years since I properly played Starsector. I cannot say that I am ready for something like that quite yet. Of course, a lot of these are modded pirate ships, so they are actually stronger than your normal pirate ships. Still, compared to our fleet, they will fall. I see Aeolus has grown to level 4, which means there is space for another industry here now. And since we are mining a lot of volatiles, it's time to implement our own fuel production. This is gonna make us a lot of money. And since a lot of money is what we like to spend, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna upgrade the orbital station on Inner Statia as well up to battle station. Because, well, that is just a station, so it's really important. It defends itself. And to make our money back, we're gonna go hunt down another fleet. These are not your basic pirates. They do have 8 cruisers in this fleet, and they are mostly independents. So I have to be careful not to overextend, because even though they might not have the strongest ships, they're not gonna be pushovers like the pirates were. And clearly, I can easily overload myself if I'm not careful. They brought in a champion and their own Aeolus. And of course, their Aeolus is the basic Tritech Aeolus, while our Aeoluses are Cabal upgraded. So clearly, my fleet is superior, and that's another 250k in the bank. I also noticed there are 2 missions up here, and one of them is Analyze Research Station. I will gladly take that, even if I don't really make it there right now. This could be worth a lot, because research stations, they usually have all the fun stuff in them. I did notice there's a Cabal fleet raiding in my system. I'm sorry, but we cannot have that. Oh, their fury is getting slightly exposed, but it's of course too fast for me. Oh, it's so lucky. Oh, I guess it's not so lucky. And I will have my revenge on their carriers. I probably won't be able to catch their fury, although maybe I won't need to. Oh, Inner Statia has grown, and it's already making some serious money over here. Now we could upgrade Patrol HQ just like we did everywhere else. But instead, I'm gonna slap something new on it, and since it's a station, we're gonna set up hydroponics where we can produce some food. Hydroponics is actually something I've never built before, so this probably should be quite fun. Now, let's go far away. This is gonna be a dangerous expedition, because if anything bad happens while we are on the other side of the sector, we won't be able to come back to our colonies and defend them. So hopefully everything goes to plan, and we return back home to our empire still standing. And if everything goes well, we're gonna be profiting nicely. Oh, I have found my research station. So of course, in the sun. So that's gonna hurt us a bit, but also we got 100k. And we got a Whack-Wing blueprint, plus a Scarab class heavy frigate blueprint. And scavenging again, we got Luddic Church blueprint package for a couple of buffaloes and strikers. Not really exciting. I was hoping for more from this, but I'm gonna take whatever we can find. And there's an orbital habitat there. And this one gave us the TT's blueprint package, which unfortunately we already know. Because this is also an alpine world, which means it is habitable. It's also got scattered ruins, and the ruins doesn't have that much stuff for us. There's also an orbital habitat that had a lot of food stockpile apparently, but not much else. And Ithaca finished its cyclonic regulator, which means it now has hazard rating of 100. If you could reduce the hotness on it, that would make it even better. And since we are now millionaires, we could spend 600,000 and build cometary capture infrastructure, which will bring water to this desert world. Let's do it. Also, apparently there's a shielded research station out here in the outskirts of the system. I'll be real, I have never seen this before. It's gonna be tough to get through because we are in extreme radiation, but that gave us a pirate blueprint package and another tits package that we already know. But then I think we go away, and we don't even need to spend that much on repairs. That was probably worth it. Now, let's go check out this derelict ship as well. It is right there. And now we'll do a little bit more exploration here. There's an orbital habitat with lots of food. And we once again get another TIDS blueprint package, but we also got soul nanites. If we ever build farming anywhere, this could be very useful. There's yet another orbital habitat here. At this point, I think we have very full holds. It's time to go towards home. Even though apparently Aeolus is having food shortage issues, Inner Statia did finish hydroponics though, so hopefully they'll be able to export some of that food towards Aeolus. Oh, looks like the next colony crisis is gonna be Hegemony causing issues. Well, I think first course of action, since we are of course millionaires, is to go and spend that 1 million to build a star fortress. It is gonna take a while, unfortunately, but hopefully it's gonna happen before the raiders arrive. Oh, I see what's happening over here at Aeolus. We are being attacked by Cabal. Well, I did bring some food, so they can use that. And I'm gonna upgrade the fuel production over here. And apparently, I cannot actually install a synchrotron core into this because we have atmosphere on a gas giant. I will now build a patrol HQ over here because clearly Aeolus is to the point that it is so far away from these three that nobody comes to protect it for some reason. Don't worry. We'll make Aeolus great again. But I think first, we have to prepare for the Hegemony invasion. So I took out Brick of Gold out of the storage, and we're gonna carry it around with us for a while, so maybe its D-mods can disappear. And we're gonna use it to destroy this fleet of pirates that has been stupidly pursuing us. I mean, we're actually not even gonna deploy it, because we don't need to. They've got nothing that we could be afraid of. The only thing they've got is numbers. No matter what they throw at me, my fleet is gonna be ready to take it on. Today, we get almost 250k bounty. Oh, commentary capture infrastructure has been completed in Ithaca, and this is now gonna be terraforming the planet for the next basically 2 years. And at that point, well, it should have some water, not just barren desert. Now, since we couldn't install the synchrotron core here in the fuel production on Aeolus, I was thinking maybe we can construct Siphon Station, because there we will be able to do that. We're gonna name it Siphon Soul, and of course mining has already been queued on it for free. And Aeolus is building the patrol HQ, is gonna be done in a couple days, so it's gonna have a bit more protection at that point. And I believe Siphon Soul gets the abundant volatiles because the Aeolus itself's got abundant volatiles. The only problem here is I am now personally managing 3 colonists, so there's a mismanagement penalty there, which means we need a new administrator. Where are we gonna find one? I don't know. I'm gonna try to look for one around. But now we see that the Hegemony is coming in 54 days. The inspection forces are actually outmatched because they're coming with just 1 fleet. Oh, I did find a freelance administrator on Noah Maxus, and we can assign him to Siphon Soul. And while looking for more administrators, I have found the Hegemony inspection fleet. Yeah, these guys are weak compared to me. That's good. Now, since we did bring Brick of Gold with us, let's use Brick of Gold. Even though we probably will not need Brick of Gold, but you never know when you're gonna need a brick. Who knows, maybe your flagship is gonna go and completely overexpose itself. There comes Brick of Gold with some of our support. We're gonna see how well our brick does, because I am overexposed once again. Don't worry about it, this was all a trap to allow our brick to get in there, and our brick did get an overload. Oh, that's perfect. And if you ignore the slight fact that I completely overloaded myself like almost twice, this was a great victory. Hegemony AI inspection failed. And since this Hegemony investigators are now hostile as well, I'm gonna go deal with them. These guys have been prowling around my colonies for too long. No longer shall we allow that to happen. Ooh, and I see their legion is coming closer. If I could just get close enough, safely of course, to overload it with my systems. And that legion, oh, is so close to going down. Let's go. Now we have to slowly reposition, and then we deal with this thing. Oh, I was so close to overloading there. Oh, and then Brick of Gold went straight for it. I love this. That is exactly why we have that ship. You know what? I am gonna grab their legion and I'm just gonna tow it back to my home planet. And since I see there's some Cabal prowlers trying to take out my mercantile convoy, we're gonna show these bastards what's what. By the way, just as I thought that we are gonna be reducing the colony crisis a bit, Luddic Path cells are now active and we do not know which base is supporting them, so that's something we're gonna have to find. But luckily, if you got some money, there's always a way to do that. And if I pay this Gan Zaurak 10k, he's gonna tell me where the Pather base is. It's somewhere in the Gathloom system, so we're gonna have to find it. But when we do, that thing is gonna die. Now let's outfit our new legion. So I outfitted it with some shield cracking and then a bunch of torpedoes, some poke on the sides, and we have triple bombers on it with 1 escort, and then some integrated targeting unit and hardened shields as is tradition. And since Brick of Gold now repaired all of these D-mods, I'm gonna fly it around with us so it slowly repairs. In the meantime, Siphon Soul completed its mining industry, so now I'm just gonna go queue up a way station. Actually, I see we have the ability to build a Diable Avionics orbital station. I have no idea what the difference is, but you know what? we're gonna do it. Apparently it's gonna have substantial fighter defenses. Hell yeah, let's go. Usually when building stations, you gotta be careful that you actually have blueprints for weapons that are gonna fit on there. Also, apparently, looking for that pirate station, we have found a big old bounty that we now have to crack. Why not? It gives us a chance to test out our new legion. It does kind of look like it's gonna be a battle between a lot of fighters, because they brought a bunch of herons with them. Maybe we won't really get to see Legion in this fight, because let's be real, we don't really need to. In any case, that was a nice bounty, plus the pirates are now sending a vengeance fleet. Let's go see if we can find those pathers now. There it is, found them, that was easy. Because I'm a nice person, I'm first gonna sell them a bunch of extra stuff that I have on me. Then we're gonna go destroy that station. My cruisers on the side are fighting the ships, I see. And I see my Legion destroyed a part of it on its own, and now it's trying to ram it. Can't say that's a smart idea, but hey. In any case, it is using its bomber fighters just the way I was hoping it would, and it's doing a great job. Perfection, that path destroyed, which means that the cells on Ithaca were disabled. Apparently there was a Luddic Path Holy Armada that was just flying out here in space, and they decided they wanted to tell me about their god. Also, these guys are trying to ram us. Truly showed yourself to be a real pather there. Could not have shown greater devotion to their god than by ramming us and subsequently dying. Just like the rest of their fleet is gonna die. I didn't want to fight you. I was just peacefully cruising along. I am peaceful. And now I am gonna go peacefully disable this pirate station. For everything I do stuff peacefully. I might sound like a lunatic sometimes, but I am really enjoying playing Starsector after years of not playing it. And it was not because I didn't want to play it or if I didn't have interest in the game. I always did. But it was never the right time to play. I always had to play everything else, mostly focusing on stuff that I thought that I should do for my channel. But now I am back to playing what I want to play, and I feel good doing that. And if I get to share one of my favorite games with you guys, that is just a big bonus. Also, the Luddic Church is sending another expedition to bombard our planets. They are targeting Aeolus this time around with 2 fleets. So you know what? Since we have a bunch of money, let's cash in and let's build a bunch of ground defenses on all of my planets. And now we are back to business, destroying another pirate station. I actually had another one queued up after this one, but the pirates were so afraid they actually abandoned it. Poor pirates. Sometimes I feel sorry for them. Well, not when they annoy me. When they annoy me, I do not feel sorry for them. Or when I get another 100k for destroying their stations. I see the Star Fortress on Ithaca has also been completed. And I think the pirate vengeance fleet just caught up to me. So we're gonna have to go deal with that. Gotta admit, it feels like they are slightly suicidal, these pirates. But let's be real, I caused them like millions of credits in damage, so I cannot imagine they have much else to lose. Now we return back home to Ithaca and we prepare for church and their prayer day nonsense, because every day is prayer day somewhere. And since we're still millionaires, let's go and upgrade Thrinakia, the battle station there, spend 1 million and build a star fortress here as well. Then we check on Aeolus, which is doing fine now. It still had some shipping disruptions. And now we finish where we started all of this, fighting with the Luddites. It looks like we managed to hit both of their fleets. While their fleet is definitely much bigger than ours, there is no way they can deploy all of that at the same time. So we're gonna have to deal with them piecemeal, one at a time, slowly but surely. They do have quite a heavy fighter support as well, but so far we are nicely holding them off. They haven't sent the cathedral yet in. They will soon, probably. I think cathedral is like 80 deployment points, so yeah, these guys are almost overloading me there. Gotta have to turn off my weapons a bit, but yeah, that cost them their ship. Oh, there it comes. There it comes. Look at that big boy. I know I'm gonna have to be out there and help front and center, or we're gonna lose a bunch of ships. And it does look like they are close to losing a bunch of stuff. I actually forgot how this ship is built. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of sections to it, kind of like a floating flying space station. We destroyed a bunch of it already. Basically, oh, yeah, it's just done. Okay, never mind. And now we're just cleaning up the last of the chaff. That's a lot of death, but they still have this battle cruiser left alive. So we go destroy that, and then the victory should be ours. And the Luddic Church expedition failed once again. Luddites, Hegemony, Tritech, Persian League, every major faction was beelining it straight for Penelope Star. They were not only jealous of Captain Carrico's exploits, they were also mad at themselves for letting a system like that be just empty. A system in the core worlds, half-assedly claimed by the Luddic Church and mostly occupied by stranded pirates, had resources rich enough to allow one lonely dreamer to turn it into an empire. It was an affront to everything the big faction stood for, and they promised to burn it all down.